Hello and welcome to my OoTR beginner routes tutorial on ShadowTemple. What you're going to notice first with the ShadowTemple requirements is that there's a lot of items there, but luckily a lot of it is requirements just to get into the dungeon for the most part. Obviously you cannot get into Shadow if you do not have Nocturne of Shadow. You will be needing ZL for the boat section in this dungeon. You need magic and dins to be able to open the door to get into Shadow. And then if you take out all of those, you really just need hover boots, hookshot, kinda need bow. If you have long shot, you can get away with not using bow later in the dungeon, but for the most part, you probably want bow and some kind of explosives. I have strength up there because in logic you do need strength to be able to do one of the rooms in this dungeon. However, there is a way to avoid needing to have strength and using it, and I will show that off here. So these are all the base required items to be able to do this area. Now you may have noticed that I have left off Lens of Truth. Everything I will be showing here will be lensless. There are a few strats that you'll probably want to learn by yourself, practice them to make sure you have them down before you just throw yourself in without lens. But they're fairly simple, and I'm confident that if you put at least an hour or two of practice into this dungeon, you'll have no problems doing it lensless. So to start off here, enter the dungeon as normal. You can hookshot to this, or you can use hover boots and run across. You want to head into this back room to start off. Head this way. There is a door right here, so we can go in here. Jump slash from the door kills this guy. Use the hookshot to kill these two keys. And that'll spawn a chest. Luckily for us, ShadowTemple is pretty linear, so while you do need 5 keys, my bad, 5 keys to be able to do this dungeon, they're relatively pretty simple, so you shouldn't have any problems getting key locked. And once you have that chest, you want to head back this way to the far back right corner. You will have a dead hand fight. Wasn't able to hit him. It's fine. Nope. Dead hand can be done a lot faster than this, but it's really however fast you can kill him, just get it done. That'll spawn your second chest. It is worthwhile to note that these two chests are the only two accessible into the dungeon without having hover boots. From everything here on out, you do need hover boots to get to, logically. So now, coming up onto the turntable here, we have to open the door. So because we don't have lens, we can't see which one is the actual one we need to use. So just equip hover boots. It will never be the ones from the left and right of that torch immediately. It will never be those. It'll always be the 3 in the back. So pick a direction, pull it, and test all 3. Because you have hover boots equipped, you can just run right off if it's not the right one, and you can try again. So it's not this back left one, so let's try the middle one. It's not the back middle one, so it's going to be this back right one. Sometimes you get lucky. I tend to see that the back left one is very popular. Usually is the one that has it, but will not always be the case for you. And roll over here. I like to take the hovers off because they are kind of slow. Backwalk here. Once you get into the little clearing of the area, you want to pull a bomb, shield drop it, and go to either one of the side doors. I'm going to go this way first, but it doesn't matter. Either one is fine. So with the Gibdos, you can hookshot them to stun them. Then one jump slash will kill them. Gibdos tend to be more aggressive than the Redeads when it comes to freezing you and trying to like grab onto you, so I recommend being pretty safe about it, because every time a Gibdo freezes you, you're just losing time. So next you want to come over to this room and grab all the silver rupees. This box right here can be hookshotted to. And you can get up like this. However, if you decide to come in here without hookshot, there's actually another way you can get up there. So with hover boots equipped, you can roll up there and grab it, which is a good strategy to know just in case you do not have hookshot, but you decide to dip into ShadowTemple. And grab the last silver rupees. That'll open the gate. And you get another chest right here. Head back this way. And back through the door. The bomb you placed earlier will have exploded this. Head through here. I like to have Dins here because you can kill all the Skulltulas at once. Just run up right here and use Din's Fire. This will kill all the 3 Skulltulas that will be getting in your way. Keep heading this way. You can run past this Skulltula. You don't actually have to kill him. He has such a long time that he needs to drop from the ceiling that you have plenty of time to just run straight past. Here I like to equip the hovers again. Obviously the equipping is a lot easier during your own randos since you have a hotkey for it and you do not have to go into the menus. So you'll want to go to the left here first. And here, I like to make sure that I have the bow equipped. Bow. So there's going to be 3 keys and a like in this room. The likes actually take only 2 shots to kill, so you might as well shoot him this way. Instead of going up close, kill the last 2 keys. Shoot the like, and by the time you can run over there, he'll be dead and the gate will open. So, now obviously there's a gold Skulltula there if you want him. There's this chest right here, and then there's also an invisible chest right here, so make sure that you don't miss the invisible chest. Could have a small key, you never know. So now heading back to this area, you're going to want your hovers back on yet again. If you go off this corner just right, you won't actually fall and you can continue going right here. No more need for the hovers. So you want to collect the silver rupees. There is to note that one of the silver rupees is in the Beamos, but if you roll into him, you can collect it. That'll open this door. You'll want to head this way. Now this is the room that normally you need strength 1 for. There's obviously a block right here. Now you normally want to pull the block all the way through, but there's a way that we can avoid that. So first you'll want to go through like normal. Oh, I got caught. So on the left side here, we have a Skulltula that you can get. On the right side, we got a chest. Now if we line up with this, we can actually backflip through the collision and get up on top of it without actually needing to use strength. So as soon as that one starts to come up, you want to backflip and get onto it. It takes a little bit of getting used to if you have never done it before, and I definitely recommend practicing it. But just like that, you can get up onto this and not have to use strength. Alternatively, instead of pulling the block all the way, you can pull the block out a little bit and do a ground jump. Grab onto the block, and now you're up here. Once you get up here, you're going to want to go over to the caged area. You'll get a chest. From there, head right here and hit the switch. And then head over here and get your last chest. Then jump down, and you'll want to leave the room. You're going to want to go back over the thin pass, over to this area. Jump right here. There'll be an invisible area. I'm going to set a save state just in case I mess this up. But there's an invisible platform that moves back and forth right here. Now without lens, it's hard to tell where it is, but if you look at your hookshot cursor, you can see when it moves. As you saw right there, it just went further back, and now it just came further forward. So you can kind of guess where the platform is due to that. So now the platform's here. Now it went back. I definitely recommend using hovers here. Gives you a lot more leniency. But if you run at an angle, you'll most likely get onto the moving platform. It's not too difficult, but this is where a lot of the new people that I've watched struggle to actually get through Lensless Shadow, because getting onto this one platform can be kind of tricky. But once you get onto it and you figure out your groove with it, it's not too bad. Once you go into this room, you'll want to start collecting these rupees again, and you also want to make sure that you kill the redeads because it actually activates a chest. Now there is an invisible hookshot target on the wall here. It's not too far off of the side of the wall, so from above the silver rupee, just want to go up a little bit of ways. It's not too hard to find, and then you'll want hovers to be able to get this. Now you want to head in here. And when you get onto this step right here, you can throw a bomb straight into the skull. To get out of the room, you can set Farore's Wind in the room before and warp right after, or you can just kill all the keys like this. There's also a gold Skulltula right there. You can get that bad boy if you need. But there you get your item. So it's a key, or whatever it might be in your rando. Head out of the room. Grab this chest now. Now, obviously, if you don't have a long shot, you can't really get up to there, but there's a few different strategies you can do. The one I like is to jump onto this chest, and then you can look up and find the hookshot platform. If that's too hard for you, though, there's another way that you can get up there. You can hookshot back to this part up here, and you can go over with the hover boots, although it is definitely slower than if you were to do the other way. And yeah, you have to backwalk as well. So it is a bit more tricky and definitely loses time. Also, don't do it because it's just not really worth it. Well, I think you get the idea. It's possible, but I would personally say just learn how to get onto it from this chest here. It's much faster. It's not difficult at all. Now I'll be showing off this room without iron boots. If you have iron boots, you can just walk straight into the current and pass them, but not everybody gets that luxury and all the seeds that they play. So you can wait for the first fan, start walking into it, walk past it, kill the spider, get right here. If the fan's not going, then you can hookshot over. Jump down. And these ones, you just need to wait until the one in front of you stops spinning, and then you can walk through. It's not too bad, but you just don't want to rush it. From here, do the same thing. The redeads. It's important to note that there is also a hidden chest right here in the corner of the room. Definitely want to make sure you don't miss that one. Leave the room. Re-equip the hovers. Hover over into this area right here. Pull a bomb, shield drop it, and then take care of the Gibdos. Killing the Gibdos will spawn another chest in the middle of the room. However, this is not the only chest in this room, because there is one where you blew it up. So you stand right here, and you'll get this chest. Once you get to this area, if you came in here without ZL, I'd recommend pulling this block and pushing it all the way into the spot. That way you have a shortcut once you come back in here. Otherwise, you don't need to pull the block at all. You can grab onto the wheel and come right here. If that trick is too difficult and you seem to be struggling with it, you can always just hookshot onto the ladder. Either way works. If you have long shot, you can reach this Skulltula from right here. There's also a Pierre song you can play, but honestly the long shot will just reach the Skulltula. There's no other reason to go up there. So here, you have your mandatory ZL. Now, some people like to fight the Stalfos on top of the boat. I personally don't. I don't really find it too engaging. But if you stay to the back half of the boat, they actually can't hit you. So you don't really have to like run around and bother dodging them at all. Come to the back of the boat here. Stand up on the end. And they won't be able to hit you. And we're going to be waiting for a minute, because the boat takes a while. But once we get over to the other side, we'll be ready. Sometimes they'll fall off like that. It's pretty funny. So once you get over, want to jump off the boat, and you want to head to the door right here. Now when you get in here, you're going to want to go to the right side first, up 2 pillars, then follow the next 2 pillars, and then loop in to go to this door. You're going to need Din's Fire in this room. So play Dins, or use Dins. Kill the Redead. You can get a chest here. Kill the other Redead, and you get another chest. So one more chest that you can get in this area. It's a pretty common hint that you can get, so you might not need to do it, but just walk this way and you can go straight to the door. There'll be an invisible hand. Just jumps out. So you can play, you can use, I keep on saying play. You can use Dins right after you kill them, and it should get rid of all the little guys running around. and it will spawn your last chest. So you get the chest right here, and that's essentially all of ShadowTemple. There is another Skulltulate that you can get into the one room that we didn't go into, but it's relatively slow, so I'd recommend not going for it. So now you just want to exit. Now you'll notice that we did not hit the pillar down before. What you want to do is stand close to the wall, aim for the bomb flowers, and once you shoot it, you want to hold Z and jump off of the ledge. This will cancel it, and it'll be slightly faster than watching it. Alternatively, if you do not have bow, you can stand on this piece right here and call Pierre. You do need long shot to be able to reach him because he spawns up there. But if you don't have bow, you don't need to shoot down this part. Those will always have arrows in it. And this pot will always have magic. So this is the last room that has a bunch of invisible tiles. It's not too hard to navigate. From the door, you want to go straight, and you'll get onto another platform, and then you want to go slightly to the left and still forward. You'll grab a ledge right here, and then you just want to go straight to the boss door. It's not a super hard room, but I definitely practice it until you feel comfortable with it. And now we go to Bongo. Bongo is not too difficult of a boss if you know what you're doing, but without lens, you do need to know where to aim. Otherwise, he might be a little more challenging than he would otherwise with lens. Also a good note that if you have Big Goron's sword, you can one-cycle him after you hit him down the first time. It is possible with Master Sword, but it has a rhythm and it's a lot harder. So, you can use arrows to shoot the hands. You can also use the hook shot. Either one works. Oh. So I missed there, I was not ready. But essentially you just want to shoot between the two hands. So just shoot between the two hands. Go up and do your crouch stabs. Depending on how good of crouch stabbing you do, you may need to do it just a few or multiple times. Should be dead on the next cycle. Yeah, so there I was aiming too high. I would definitely practice this fight if you're not comfortable doing it without lens. It's definitely not difficult by any means. But not a very scary boss at all. And that's essentially all of ShadowTemple. I still recommend practicing this one, especially if you're not comfortable not having the lens, because in the standard settings, it does not require you to get lens to be able to logically clear shadow. So most seeds, lens just won't show up unless it's for one of the other two checks that it is required for in the standard logic. And there are, of course, a few tricks and items that you do need to have, but overall, it's really not that hard of a dungeon. There's not a lot of variance that happens with it. It's kind of just get all your items and then go clear it. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.